What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Porn on Your Mind All the Time. And I am your host, Kyn Wang, coming back at you once again from a hidden place in California on the West Coast. And in today's topic, I'm going to be discussing the discovery of UV productions. Now, if you're like me or anything like me, you may have liked or still like hip hop music, right? You might listen to, some of the latest artists, but back in the early, I would say mid 90s, that's when I kind of got into hip hop really heavy. This is when, you had Dr. Dre, Tupac, and Death Row, and Biggie Smalls, and all this stuff was going on, and so every time one of these people would hit the cover of one of the hip hop magazines that was relevant at the time, which were, you had the Source magazine, and then you had Vibe magazine, and then you had like Double XL, which came out a little bit after Source and Vibe. The thing is, at the end, when you got to the back of the magazine, there were these ads in the back of the magazine. There still are. You can always find ads in the back of magazines. It's just a common thing to see it. But in these particular magazines, which I hadn't seen anywhere else, were an ad for something called UV Productions. And for the longest time, I was so curious about what this was, because it was a picture of a silhouette of some random girl's curvy body posing. So in my mind, I'm thinking maybe this is some kind of ad to look at some thick girls, some big booties or whatever. But it wasn't until, once again, the internet was available. And I remember seeing these ads for years. And I finally one day, when I had the internet at home, once again, when my mom was gone, I had to be about 18 years old, maybe 17. But I typed it in. I typed in uvproductions.com because I wanted to see what this was. Because I had to find out. I had to. So I finally got on there and typed it in, and man, that website was crazy for a brother at the age of 17, 18 years old, and still is today. What I found out was this is a website dedicated to thick black and Latino girls who like to get on stage and shake their booties, and just basically strippers. It's pretty much like a stripper, like an online stripper service. But the thing is, you wouldn't actually have the strippers show up. It would be them having a video recording of them just, stripping and dancing inside of some studio. And so it was like a straight up strip show, but just on the internet, and man, it was hundreds of women, thick ass women, that was up there stripping. And man, you can be on there for hours trying to find your favorite one. Now there were a few strippers on there. There was a lot of strippers on there that I was just captivated by. But then there was one of these big booty strippers that had me like, wow. And she will be forever logged into my mind. And her name is forever and will always be Scarlett. Her name is Scarlett. If you guys do not know about Scarlett, I'm telling you right now, Scarlett is this, she's like Puerto Rican. She looks like she's short. She's cute. She has like, she has this tattoo on her arm, and it's a really cute tattoo, but that's not the kicker. The kicker is her measurements. Her measurements are something like 34, 25 and 40 something, 45 or something crazy. And there was this one picture of her, wearing a G-string, just posing with her butt facing the camera. And that one picture just sent me into another, just sentenced me to a lifetime fan of this woman, Scarlett. So this is another big key to the puzzle of how I got hooked into this world of porn on your mind all the time. Scarlett, it is all your fault, Scarlett. It's all your fault. If you were not so cute and thick and your booty wasn't so big and you didn't take those pictures and shake that butt like that, I might be better off. Now, I'm just playing, and that's really my lack of self-control. But I just had to talk about this, man, because this is a website that's still thriving today. It's not known as UV Productions anymore. Today it's known as Chocolate Models, because it became super popular because a long time ago it was, for the most part, a free website. You can go there and look at pictures of all types of strippers all day, as long as you wanted to, But there was a thing where they had DVDs that they sold. They had DVDs of these models that they sold, and there would be like 2 or 3 on a DVD at a time, and each dancer would have like 2 to 3 sets. And there were some really nice looking ladies on there, man. It was some really nice looking ladies. So that combined with Scoreland and Lindsay Dawn McKenzie and the Scoreland girls, that just took me from just a casual surfer of that stuff to like an everyday. I need to go back to these websites, because now I have a website that's just nothing but big titties, and another website that's nothing but thick ass, big booty dancers. And so I was in heaven. I didn't need a real female, even though it's nice to actually squeeze on some real titties and rub on some real booties. Yes, but a lot of times, if your game ain't strong, you really ain't getting all that in your face all the time. And my game wasn't really all that strong. I had a little bit of game, but it wasn't like every day. I couldn't get it as much as I wanted to. But the internet made it more available, and it accomplished almost the same kind of a goal. And there was a certain degree of really no commitment. It was just straight up sexual arousal for free, for the most part, unless you actually felt like you needed to subscribe to these websites, which sometimes it's enticing, and sometimes I've done it. So UV Production turns into chocolatemodels.com, and if you go there today, Scarlett is still one of the main girls on there. She's like heavy, she's big, she's famous, and for her measurements. And there's a lot of other girls on that website still. That website has grown to be one of the main go-tos for strippers with big asses. And I admit, I still go there to this day. I check it out every month, because every month they update the girls. Every single month it's new girls, it's new stuff, and they have better angles, the HD. So like I said, it's like weaponized form of internet porn searching. So to all you guys out there who struggle with this website, leave your comments. Tell me some of the girls that you can't stop looking at. My name is Kyn Wang, and I'm out. Peace.